Is writing a book on your mind because you'd like to share your vision and be recognized more widely? Or maybe you know that your message is important and it needs to be seen by many more people and you want to write a book? Hello, Sigrid Cast here. I'm a book writing, publishing, and marketing specialist. My marketing optimized book writing and publishing program starts at just $565 and it is ideally suited for women in business who want to impact, empower, and inspire by sharing their vision and mission with a book. And in this video, I'm going to share 6 tips to become more widely recognized with your book. And the secret is, what's the secret to get that, to achieve that? The secret is to plan for it. So I'm going to share with you 6 areas that you want to plan before you do your writing. You really want to plan before you get the information that you want to share, the stories, the expertise, before you start and share all of that on the pages for your book. Plan for what this book is going to do for you, how it is going to help you. Now, sometimes people say, it is my why. Why am I writing this book? I see a difference between your personal why in wanting to write a book and what your book can do for you, what the outcome is going to be for what the book will do, the outcome for you, what will you achieve from having a book exactly, and the outcome for the reader. What will the reader get from your book? So let me get started on those 6 tips. With those 6 tips I want to talk to you about today. The first and really most important part is to create a synergy between your book and the reader. Now, how do you do that? How do you bring together or create this synergy from your book to your reader so that those two are aligned? When your book title is synonymous with your message and your expertise, you can achieve that a simple search on Google for you, your name, your book's title, that your name will pop up everywhere. This is so important and has nothing to do with the publishing of your book as such, or the type of publisher you might want to choose to publish with, or publish it yourself. Now, when you publish it yourself, and you're using the Amazon platform, you maintain and retain all of the opportunities to promote your book and work with your book any which way you like. Sometimes that is not the case with certain publishers. So I just want to point that out. When your book title is in line with or aligned with everything that your book topic and what you do, what you offer, what your message is, when that book title is clear and has in it words or terminology that the people you want to reach would be searching for online, then you can create a direct relationship with those readers because they are looking for what you are offering in your book, for who you are. So it's not about the publisher who publishes you. That has nothing to do with it. It's about for you to plan that your book title is synonymous with the message you are sharing around your expertise, being in business. That's the first and most important part to plan before you start writing your book. Number 2 is creating a spectacle, creating it, make it big. Talk about your book, what you're going to, when it's going to come out, what you're writing about, what people can expect. And in all of that promotional material, make sure that it is always you on your photos, in person, and in videos, however you're going to plan to promote your book. Make sure you are on all of the material. Why? So people already get a visual of you, get to know you, see you everywhere, and your book title, what your book is about, again, is in line with who you are and what you promote. You see, creating a kind of a signature look for you, with your profile photo on every platform, and making sure that all of those photos truly represent you as you are, the way you look right now. Please don't use 20-year-old photos or use some sort of out of the ordinary photos. You might have done some very fancy shoot and you look very different to what you normally look like. The shock can be great when you appear somewhere in an interview and you're not what your material looks like. There can be such a difference. Make sure that all of the promotional material, when you're starting to create the spectacle around your book, around who you are, what people can expect, what is coming for you, when all of that is in line with what you look like right now and what you're going to present moving forward. So creating with all of this a kind of as I said, signature look for you, your branding. You want to use your book as a branding tool, is like what I like to call it. Now, not everybody sees it as that, but ultimately that's really what it is. Your brand, your book can be and is exactly in line with your brand, what you stand for, who you are, what you want to portray to the reader and the world at large. So make sure that fits in. Now, number three is to already think about whatever your offer, your service, any free gifts, how will that fit in with your book? Make it a consistent look and feel and offer everywhere, whatever it is. Is it going to be a part of your book, a summary perhaps? Now, I know there are some people that still promote to offer a chapter or something like that. I'm not a fan of that. I find that a little bit boring. I would make it more like a summary of what you're writing about in your book, or particular points from the book, or particular points from a chapter. So I wouldn't offer a chapter as a freebie for people to read and then decide, oh yes, I'm going to read that book, I'm going to buy it now. That's a bit from past century, if I can call it that. Find something more exciting that you can offer, but also think about what is going to come after. The book is going to ever be just a small return on your investment. You want to have something bigger. So what could you be delivering? A course, a program online that anyone can access internationally. So it really makes sense to publish for global impact, for example. And even if you haven't got such a program or course ready by the time you're publishing, that is perfectly okay. But it allows you, when you have that in the making, it allows you to talk about that is coming, that is in the making, and you will gauge the excitement people have. And if you find there isn't quite that excitement, then change how you present what this course or program is going to look like. Change your wording, change how you talk about it, because that'll allow you to tap into what really your potential readers or those people that you want to come to you what they are looking for. And that brings me back to what I said at the very beginning. Your book title is the most important part, and it needs to be carefully selected with the reader in mind, with what you want to achieve by having this book. Don't make it stand out here somewhere and it has no connection to you and your business, or it has a connection but only in your mind, and the people that see the book title find, oh yeah, that might sound interesting, but it doesn't actually directly speak to them, because ultimately the book is one part of who you are and what you want to offer. It's an important part because it elevates your leadership standing, your authority status. But you also want to bring people to you. You want to bring the message to the people and the people to come to you to work with you. Or you want to bring people to you to want you to talk at their events, present on your topic, whatever it is. The importance here is that the words these people use, the phrases they use, are in line with your book title and with what you offer around perhaps a course or a program for with a book, or down the track when you are ready with publishing and you want to go further and deeper. Now that was well, let me see what we are at. 1, 2, 3. Number 4. No, number 3, aren't we on? Oh, I did not number them on my page. How funny is that? So number 3, 1, 2, 3. Make use of what the stars do, the power of the stars, star power. How can you do that when you are not a star at this point in time? Think about who you can align with that serves the same people as you serve, perhaps before or after they need what you have. There could be a partnership, and I'm not talking a business partnership, I'm just talking about an alignment where the others can help you promote you, your book out there. The message with someone else talking about you and your book and who you are and what you offer is huge. That gives you star power, and it is a very important element to plan for at the beginning. You don't want to have your book published and then try and think about this or any of these tips that I'm sharing with you in this video. This is something to be planned at the start. And this is where my framework to write, publish, and market a book is so different. We start on the writing. If you're working with me, if you're getting my help, we start on the writing after the planning has finished and you know what the book is about, what your chapters need to contain. And so all of these marketing areas, these tips around this is something that we create together over the time while you are writing. Every time we meet, we discuss further and deeper and more aligned with who you are and what your business is, what you need to do to promote yourself and promote your book. So making use of star power in a way that others promote you as well. And in general, number 5 really is tip number 5, to create a worldwide phenomenon. It might not appear to you that it can be possible, but the more you promote yourself, your book, long before the book is published, talking about the book topic and mentioning very angles and steps that you're talking about in your book raises the curiosity. Now, here's a very important tip I want to leave with you on this and on this area in particular. Time and time again out there in social media, do I see people promoting their book as their book. Here's my book. I've got this book, brand new. I've just received my box of books. This is my book. That actually is not the best way to promote yourself and your book. Instead, here is what you want to do. Promote what is in your book. Talk about the topic itself, the parts, the different areas you're writing about in the chapters. Make the topic the book, not the book the book. I hope that that makes sense. That is such a big, important part. This is step number 5 that I'm sharing with you, or tip number 5 that I'm sharing with you today. Promote, 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 but not the book. Here's my book, my book, my book. No, this is the topic I'm talking about. This is important. You need to know this, and it is in my book. Here are the key elements of whatever it is you're doing, and it is in my book. I talk about this in my book on page such and such. In chapter 3, I talk about this in my book. So you are bringing the information out there, what the people are getting, not pushing your book. Feels very, very different, gives you a very different appeal to people to want to know more. And again, that comes back to also what the title of your book is. It wants to be in line with who you are, what you offer, and what you promote. Now, tip number 6 for today. Be clear on who you want to attract with your book, who it is for. Make it relevant for the right people, and be sure to be visible in exactly the places where these people are, where they would be looking for you, for the topic that you are writing about. And that's really important. Often, very often, I have people come to me in my 30-minute free session, which you can make use of very easily. Just contact me and I give you a link to book a time in with me. They talk about, my book is for everybody. But think about it for a moment. That can't possibly be. If you are writing about, I don't know, if you're writing about coaching, health and wellness, particularly around, let's say, losing weight, because in business you need to always be top fit, then that would not be for everybody. That would not be for younger people, perhaps, that are not in business yet. That would not be perhaps for employees who are not really interested in that. So this term, everybody, is really not a good term to carry in your mind. Take that out of there and think about exactly who is it that you are dealing with, you want to deal with. This message you have, yes, it's your story. Your story is in there. It's elevating what you want to share, your vision and your mission. But you still need to be very clear, just like in business, who you are working with, who what you offer is best for. It's not best for everybody. So I was on a networking meeting just recently, and nearly all of the women in there that were talking about what they did didn't just say, like I do, I am a book writing, publishing, and marketing specialist. That's what I am. That's one thing I do. I help you write a book, a marketing optimized book. Write it and publish it. That's what I do. These others were saying, oh, I do this, and I also do that, and I have another business over here where I'm doing this. So it becomes very thin, dispersed, and nobody can remember any part of it, really, or remember you. So your book wants to be about one specific topic with which you want to elevate your leadership and authority status. So focus on one particular topic. So those are the 6 tips that I wanted to leave with you today. Be clear, create a relevance so that you do appeal to one particular audience. Promote, promote, promote to create a worldwide phenomenon about you. Think about the power that stars have. Who can you align with? Who can you use? Who can talk about you for you? Thinking about what comes after the book, what comes with the book, a course perhaps, a program, what might that be? And really focusing from the beginning, who you are, what you look like, creating a kind of a signature appeal that you're always looking who you are, one and the same look of your photos, your colors, all of that for your brand appeal of getting your message really strongly out into the world. Now, I hope that those 6 tips are going to be useful for you. And if you would like my help, because of what I shared with you here today resonates and you are ready to get started, send me a message and I'll provide you with that link I mentioned earlier to book a 30-minute session with me. Because during this session, we'll explore how your book idea aligns with your current vision and discuss what it would be like to work together. It is an opportunity to get to know each other and for me to give you some further tips, or we might decide to work together. That's my 6 tips to become more widely recognized with your book for this session today.